Hey Leisure Gamers, welcome back to episode 4 of the Leisure Gamer podcast. I'm Luke Bryce, and we are down one man today, but I'm still joined with Alan Edens.
What's up, Leisure Gamers?
And Sunshine Cinerath.
What the sheep?
So, today for our show feature, we wanted to talk about good versus evil, and this is mostly going to apply to role-playing games or RPGs, but it's basically good versus evil, why we suck at playing the bad guy, because unanimously we all have trouble being the bad guy. And then after that, what we're going to talk about is some of the games that we played this weekend and get to our first real, actual community mail. So,
from a real live person.
Yes!
Real life person.
Those other people could have been real people.
Who says they
could
are?
have been.
They could have been, but I made them up.
So, yeah, I guess just jump into the show feature, unless you guys have any new or relevant information that we should know before moving on.
No. Was there a game called Good vs. Evil?
There's a game called Beyond Good and Evil.
Oh, that's what it's, Beyond Good and Evil. There you go.
A very good game, I might add. Very underrated game.
Yeah, I think there's a small contingent of people who are clamoring for a sequel.
Recently, I think it was on Xbox Arcade, the HD remake came out, didn't it?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm obviously not one of those people who are clamoring for a sequel.
Well, when I was a kid and I had a GameCube, Beyond Good and Evil was one of the games that I bought, so...
Yeah, I remember that.
I've never played it.
One of the few games I actually bought, because I didn't buy much with my GameCube. Oh, that seems so long ago. Anyway, let's move to the show feature.
Good versus Evil. So
yeah, so,
I guess, yeah.
What you gonna say, Sunshine?
I was just gonna say, I think... First off and foremost, I think we should all kind of give a background of ourselves. I would say I'm kind of naturally a nice guy. And
he lies.
Right from the get-go,
He lies.
I'm a nice guy. The nice guys finish last.
Except in video games.
Except in video games, I still beat them.
So you play you are a nice guy and you play the nice guy?
Yes.
Or are we just doing what our personality is in real life?
See, that's what I'm thinking, that we, when we play a game, that we almost naturally want to be a little bit about ourselves, and we want to see ourselves in the characters. Mm-hmm. When you think about whenever there's create a character, you always want it to make it look like yourself most of the time, So when you play the character, my assumption is that you want to play like how you would be if you were that character.
Right.
Yeah, the golden rule.
I do sort of feel like I always miss out on that. Like I miss out on a good opportunity to roleplay or to step beyond, your conventional play style. Like when you're creating a character, it's like, oh, I want him to look like me, and I'm going to really act through him, and it's going to be just like me. Sometimes I feel like you miss out on some of the opportunities there.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I wish I know some people are just able to like, okay, I'm going to create this orc character, and I'm just gonna be a big hulking like brute, yeah, and like and it's like totally different from the way I normally play.
Yeah,
I would say in a lot of games, if you're allowed to create multiple characters, I'll always create one that I would want to be, that's me, and then I would create like a bunch of other crazy characters on the side. So just some crazy giant orc guy, a little tiny person. Have a mixed match of characters in my game.
Well, let's kind of run through some specific actions within games that you've been able to do, like be really, really good or really evil. Does anything come to mind either way?
Well, one of the most evil acts I remember from gaming is in Knights of the Old Republic, the first one. I believe towards the end of that game, you could actually get one character. I think it was the Wookiee. I think it was called Zalbar. But you could actually get him if you were like full dark side. You could get him to kill his best friend.
Ouch.
Yeah. So that was a pretty hardcore evil act.
Did you do that, or did you just read about it?
Yeah, never. It's like we said, I could never do that myself. Actually, I could never get very far with my evil playthroughs.
All right, well, so you have the Wookiee killing as the landmark evil action. For me, the thing that jumps to mind is in Fallout 3. It's fairly early on in the game. If you are evil, you go to that one Penny Tower Hotel or something like that, and you have the option to blow up Nuketown, or is that what it's
Megaton.
called? Megaton. I almost called it Nuketown. I don't know why.
Well, there's so many nukas in that game, you know.
Anyway, so that was something that I never did, but I saw on YouTube or some other place that you could do, and it just was shocking to me. So
Yeah, I think it was a big poster, you know, a big selling point of that game, or one of the huge decisions they touted.
look how evil we are. Sunshine, does anything pop out at you?
I just thought of a very, very silly example. The Sims. When you're like Sim City, when you're making your city, you can unleash natural disasters on your city. Like you could have like a
Yeah.
tornado or whatever, or like Godzilla attack or whatever,
Earthquakes, yeah.
various things. And I remember, as fun as that was, I wouldn't do it until I saved my game first. And then
Of course.
unleash my natural disaster, but I wouldn't save after that because I wanted my city to be all nice and
Perfect.
perfect next time I played. But I do remember that as a crazy example of being evil.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're talking about SimCity, but I know something evil you could do in The Sims is when you're designing your house, put your sim in a room and then don't have a door to it, or lock him in a room without a bathroom or something.
Yeah, it's
Unmentionable
amazing how quickly people figured out how to do that, how to torture their Sims.
It's quite sad.
Yeah. We don't condone that type of behavior.
Well, I can't say I never did that. You know,
Well,
I
we don't
definitely
condone it in real life.
Yes, don't
That's
kill
true.
your Sims in real life.
I'm kind of like Alan, because I never did it maliciously. I just kind of did it to have fun and see what happened. But thinking back on it, it sounds so juvenile. But so
It's a
so
sandbox game. You gotta have fun.
yeah, but like Sunshine said, you have to save first.
That's right.
So you had mentioned this, Alan, that you can never get through a successful playthrough evil character, and the game that's coming to mind that you've talked about most recently is the Mass Effect series, where you always create a good character first,
Mm-hmm.
and then your second playthrough is always Renegade, but it always happens to be a female. So what's up with that?
I mean, I guess I just go total opposite, you know, with the second playthrough. Like, I have a male Paragon Shepherd, so I went for a female Renegade Shepherd. I don't think I'm alone. I think a lot of people do that, actually.
Well, some of the cosplays that we've seen, all the female sheps or femme sheps are Renegade, so
See, there's something to it.
yeah. But you've never been able to finish
No,
a game.
I've maybe gotten, at the longest, maybe a quarter of the way through the first one with a Renegade Shepherd, and it just didn't hold my attention.
Is it just because you've already beaten the game, or just because it just seems so outlandish, the things that they allow you to do, or the way that you treat people?
I'm sure partially it's because I've already beaten the game, but I have played through it multiple times as Good Shepherd. You know, how repetitive is that? You know, I've done all the
Yeah.
good decisions again. But for some reason, the Renegade options didn't seem that cool or that appealing or that monumental.
Sunshine, have you ever been able to make it through a whole game evil?
I would say not yet. More so because I haven't had the time to replay a lot of the games that have those options. If you look at the last several games I've reviewed Heavy Rain, Infamous 1 and 2, and Catherine. All types of games that give you an opportunity to be good versus evil. And with all the playthroughs so far in all those games, I've been good. And I would even say, when I was playing Infamous 1, I was really getting tired of healing all these people who were lying on the ground, because part of the game is to heal all these people, and it helps your good rating. And me being a nice guy, it's like, I gotta heal every person around me. And at the end of the game, I was getting really sick and tired of healing people, but I couldn't help not heal the people when I saw them. I'm like, I have to help you.
And they always come in
Yes!
threes. They're not just like one or two. They're always in threes.
They really helped improve that in the second game to make it a lot easier, but I would say that was like my big annoying thing in the first one was I hate healing these people, but I can't help not heal these people. I have to save their lives.